$100 MBA show, and today is a Q&A weekend episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us at contact@100mba.net, or you can tweet at me on Twitter at BizRepublic. BIZ Republic is my handle. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. You can check out what we do at 100mba.net. And today's question comes from Hank, and Hank asks, how do I choose my colors for my brand? A very specific and important question. I'm going to get into it and give you some resources, Hank, on how to choose the colors for your brand, and also how to organize them and have them in a place so you can always refer to them. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA show is sponsored by Intuit QuickBooks. If you work for yourself, you could save up to 50% for an entire year on the new QuickBooks Self-Employed. It helps separate your business and personal expenses so you can quickly track what you spent for your work and what you spent on yourself. QuickBooks Self-Employed helps take the guesswork out of estimated federal quarterly taxes, so come tax time, you know how much money to set aside for Uncle Sam and how much stays in your pocket. Try QuickBooks Self-Employed and save up to 50% at tryselfemployed.com/MBA. That's try, selfemployed.com/MBA. So Hank asks, how do I choose my colors for my brand? It's a good question, and not everybody is great with colors. I'm kind of colorblind, actually. People don't know this, but I'm not really good when it comes to green and brown. Sometimes I get them mixed up. Just a little personal tidbit about myself. And sometimes choosing colors can be difficult. You don't know what kind of mood you're trying to go for. Speaking of mood, one of the ways to choose your colors for your website is something called a mood board. And it's an exercise to kind of define which colors match the brand or the message you're trying to convey. Now, one of the best branding experts we know is Caroline Weingart. She recently wrote a guest post on the $100 MBA blog, and it was all about how to build the right brand. Now, if you want to go more in depth and take her branding course, which also includes a mood board exercise that tells you how to choose the right colors, you should check out madevibrant.com/branding. It's a really awesome course, and it's actually quite affordable. And if you're looking to build out your brand and your website, it's something you really should take a look at. We'll put it in today's show notes. You can check that out at 100mba.net/MBA295. Another great resource is a blog post that we'll also add to today's show notes that is from the Daily Egg, and it talks about the 3 time-tested ways to pick the perfect website color combinations. And it's going to give you a lot of resources to help you build a canvas or a color palette. Some of those resources are Color Lovers, something that we use. It's spelt like the British color, COLOUR, Lovers, and it's a good way for you to create a palette and save it so you can share that color palette with your graphic designer, with other people, or you can just refer to it whenever you need to know the hex code of those colors when you're working on Photoshop or on your website. Adobe Color, and that's spelled KULER, is also a great resource to find complementary colors as well as contrasting colors. And they also help you build palettes as well. So in the article, it actually breaks down how many colors should be used in your brand. It talks about your primary color and how much or what percentage should that color be used, as well as your contrasting color and your accent color. Now, I'm not an expert at this, but these are really great resources for you to use. So we're going to include it into today's show notes so you can review it yourself. I've used these resources myself, as well as Nicole has used them to create the $100 MBA's website, Webinar Ninja's branding as well as any of our products or services. So in the article, it shares a lot of great examples from real, live, popular websites. They show you, depending on which theme they have for their website, which colors they use. Some of these websites are like Groupon, the Camden Military Academy, as well as Live Africa, which is Africa's tourism site. They also show you how you can use some great images to complement your colors. Guys, I got more on this topic, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, Intuit QuickBooks. If you work for yourself, you can save up to 50% on an entire year of QuickBooks Self-Employed. QuickBooks Self-Employed helps separate your business and personal expenses so you can quickly track what you spend for work and what you spend on yourself. For instance, those airline tickets that you booked for that business conference won't get mixed up with your tickets that you booked for your vacation at the Bahamas. QuickBooks Self-Employed also helps take the guesswork out of your estimated quarterly and year-end taxes. So come tax time, you know how much money to set aside for Uncle Sam and how much money stays in your pocket. QuickBooks also provides the tools to help maximize deductions like home office and mileage, so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. Find out what QuickBooks Self-Employed could do for you and save up to 50% at tryselfemployed.com/MBA. That's try, selfemployed.com/MBA. Guys, as always, I'm honest when I answer these questions, and I'm not a color expert, but